Oh, what's going on YouTube today? A bunch of stuff I've already seen. Venom trailer. Shorts, the worst thing ever. Get rid of that, please. More shorts. Yeah, the Minecraft show. Yeah, that's something to talk about. Yeah, no news of Silk Song. Everybody knows that. Um, Wait, those aren't shorts. What is this? YouTube Playables? Oh, I haven't played Cut the Rope in a minute. So what? I just play the game? What the? I just play the game? What? It's literally just cut the rope. Huh? YouTube Playables. Team YouTube's latest endeavor to keep people's attention span on their website ever since the scourge known as TikTok came over from China and erased the human attention span. Now, what are YouTube Playables, you may ask? Basically, it is the Google Play Store, but on YouTube, and you don't have to download anything, aka about 50 mobile games that you can play right on the YouTube website. I'm doing a lot of hand emoting, I don't know why, you can't see me. But yes, YouTube Playables, you can now play a select few, even though it's like a good 50, 60, mobile games right on YouTube. What the hell is the point? Is YouTube so desperate to keep people on their website, to keep them from tabbing out of the app or switching tabs or, playing a game on their second monitor or whatever? Are they so desperate to keep people 100% on their website that they are now adding video games, crappy for the most part, mobile games, onto their website? Is that the purpose? I have absolutely no clue why they actually did this. No legitimate, concrete answer as to why they added playables. I've searched every Reddit thread, and everybody knows that Reddit is the most reliable source of information. I've searched every Reddit thread I could find, no concrete answer as to why YouTube has added playables. So, if you're here to figure out, why they did it, or have the question answered why they did it, I'm sorry to disappoint, but you're not going to find that answer here. What you are going to find is a guy ranting about the stupidity of YouTube Playables / the ridiculousness of it, as well as some amazing live reactions, like this. Wow, I unlocked a smiley face. I'm so good. Thing is, if the idea behind Playables was to make gaming more accessible to people who don't necessarily have good computers, or maybe don't, for some reason, can't download stuff from the App Store or whatever, if you, say you have, I don't know, a child, 4, 5, 6 years old, and they're not allowed to download games on their own. Is the purpose of that to make life for the parents easier, so you can just put them in front of a YouTube, so A, they can get entertained by videos, and B, they can get entertained by games? Is that the point? I mean, if that is the point, then, yeah, maybe I could sort of think about considering potentially understanding why. But if that's not the case, then I have absolutely no clue. I mean, honestly, who? Scenario. You are a child on a low budget. You basically can't buy games unless they're in the $1 to $5 range. So naturally, what most people would do, children, what most of you would do, naturally I think anyway, is head over to a website like Roblox, because there are tons and tons of good games on there. And I'm pretty sure Roblox has a mobile version. I'm quite confident they have a console version, so they probably have a mobile version. But wouldn't the natural decision just be to go over to Roblox? Because they have stuff there. There's quite a bit of content to be digested over there. Granted, some of it's questionable, but either way, wouldn't the natural choice be Roblox? Okay, let's say you can't play Roblox. What do you do then? Let's say, for example, you want to play a game on your phone, a free game, but you yourself, as a small child, are not allowed to download it. What do? Do you A, download it without permission, or B, ask your parents if you can install this game? Probably B. Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, hey, caretaker, can I download this game on the phone? And they might say no. So perhaps that is the purpose of YouTube Playables? I don't know, it's just like, I'm trying so hard to justify the reason behind the existence of this concept. And I'm thinking to myself, I refuse to believe that gaming is inaccessible to a point where something like YouTube Playables becomes necessary / wanted / desired / practical. I can't imagine a scenario where gaming is that inaccessible. So the logic behind it must be that they are so desperate to keep their viewers and website visitors on their site that they have added even another thing to keep their attention beyond YouTube Shorts. And to be fair, YouTube Shorts are a disease. They are a complete disease. Doesn't matter how you spin it, doesn't matter how you look at it, where you come from, or what you think, your opinion is wrong. The fact is, YouTube Shorts are a disease. But getting back on topic, Playables are a curious concept, but let's actually look at how they, well, play. One trend I've noticed is that the 2D games in two-dimensional space, say Tomb of the Mask, for example, those games run fine. You know, there's minimal frame issues, not too much lag, not too much awkwardness. It's a bit awkward to do the swiping motions with a mouse. You can use your arrow keys, but it took me a minute to figure that out. But I've noticed that the 2D games, like Tomb of the Mask and this like bubble popping game, those games run fine. Minimal frame issues, basic, easy mobile controls, not too much of a problem. But then there are these 3D Unity games, like this embodiment of one of those mobile ads where you go left and right to go through gates that have a +50 or a +10 on them or whatever. There's one of those, and the frame rate, I swear to God, is the worst thing I have ever experienced. It was legitimately a slideshow, and I think to myself, okay, 2D games make sense, those work, but how do you expect to run a 3D game like that on YouTube directly? It just doesn't work. It's just not something that works. Then you have some other ones, which are like 2D perspective, but with some 3D graphics. Those also don't run too fantastically. Pretty much anything that has any semblance of 3D in it isn't really gonna work. There was also this very bizarre game I tried called, it was called like Drawing ASMR or something. Yeah, Color Page ASMR, something like that. And it was basically, hey, hold down your button and the thing will draw itself for you. And if the appeal is ASMR, yeah, I get it, but it just seemed so pointless. It's either hold your button down or move your button or your cursor left and right across the screen and it does everything for you. Do the gaming industries and the developers of these games really think that their audience, doesn't matter how young they are, do they really think their audience is so incapable and so stupid that the only thing they think their audience is capable of is holding down a button and letting go of a button? Yeah, it's kind of a known fact already that most of the gaming industry really doesn't think about their audience anymore. They just think about the shareholders. And then there was this other game called Delete One Part. Another epitome of a mobile game ad that is as trashy as it looks come to life, where all you do for the entire thing is pick up an eraser and move it across the screen and then let go. And that is it. There is this one scene I call it a scene because it's not really a game. There was this one scene in the one I played, there's two of them. There was one scene where this nice pig husband came home from a long day at work, ready to climb in bed with his wife and have a nice snuggle, and you erase the bed sheets and you find that his wife is cheating on him with another pig. And that was really disturbing, considering that this kind of game is aimed at children. Granted, I don't think a child will understand it, but the fact that the adults knowingly and willingly put something like this in their game is really freaking disturbing. I will say this, though. I will say this. Not every single game on YouTube Playables is god-awful. Maybe like 3 of them are good. Because I gave it a fair chance when I did my like 2-hour recording session of seeing how these games are. I gave it a fair chance. One of the good games they have on there, Cut the Rope. It's a freaking classic. You cannot go wrong with Cut the Rope. You can just sit down, play a couple rounds. It might tickle at your brain senses to get you thinking a little bit, but it's just casual, and you can just play it. Can't go wrong with Cut the Rope. Another decent one they had was like a Tetris-esque game. Instead of the blocks dropping, even though it's called block drop, even though the blocks don't slowly go down and you have to rotate and move them, you pick up the blocks and you fill in the grid. You can hold a block just like Tetris. You have a bomb and like some sort of reset power-up, which is like pretty much just like a, oh, you messed up, so, you know, here's a get out of jail free card. But it was fine. It was fine. You know, that's like, it's fine. It ran, you know, in terms of like frame rate, it ran fine. And the concept is like tried and true. And it's like, yeah, it's good. Like, it's fine. Then there was this one like bubble popping game, and that was all right. I actually played a good couple rounds of it, and I was like, yeah, you know, it's really easy. It's like baby easy, but it's satisfying, and you know, you can just turn your brain off to it for a little bit. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that all of these games, barring maybe a few of them, I'm going to say that all of these games were a game on the Play Store before they got migrated to Playables. And there was this one game I played called Magic Cat Academy. It had good visuals. You know, for a mobile game, they looked all hand-drawn, it looked good, and I liked it. It was very simple. Basically, you're a cat wizard person. Already cool concept off the bat. Thumbs up from me. And then these little ghosts come after you, and they have patterns above their head. It could be like a line going, a vertical line or a horizontal line, or an arrow facing up or an arrow facing down. And one of them has a heart over them. And all you have to do is draw the pattern over those ghosts' head, and you defeat them. And some ghosts have multiple patterns, and you have to draw those patterns in that order. And I actually kind of liked the concept. I enjoyed playing it. But then there's other games, like Om Nom Run, which is A, run knockoff, and B, a Cut the Rope knockoff, because the character in the game is just the guy from Cut the Rope. It runs like trash, so few frames, you can barely do your inputs soon enough to actually play it, and it's just a ripoff of 2 other IPs. I literally just like, here, just feel free to watch my live reactions. I literally just went and played Run. Can someone tell me why I would play this when I can just go over here and look up Run 3, go on Cool Math Games. Okay, never mind. Instead of going to Cool Maths, you go to the classic Run 3 thing, and you just play. You just play Run. Why would I play that other game when I can play this game? It runs well, no pun intended. It's easy to tell what you're doing when you're not bad at the game. But why wouldn't I just, like, why wouldn't I play this? And then there was this other game called Slime.io, which has a very not copyright infringing thumbnail for it. But this Slime.io game, or Slime.io, or whatever you want to call it, it was literally just 3D Agario with buttons that you can't press because you have a cursor. I guess if you're playing on mobile, Playables is probably intended for mobile anyway, but I'm playing on PC, so I'm going to complain about PC because only my opinion is correct and everyone else, all of you are wrong. But this game had 2 buttons which were essential for the gameplay that you couldn't press because you only have your cursor, and it ran at about 10 frames, maybe less per second. And it was just Agario with a Slime Rancher skin, and it was unplayable. There was this one I found pretty funny. It was a trash game, but it was called State.io or Stadio, and it's basically election simulator where you send, at least in the segment I played, you as the Democratic Party send your blues over into the nasty Republican red territory, and you get to take their voters. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. This is my life right now. I'm talking about YouTube Playables and how one of the games is just a giant joke on the election. This is my life right now, and every single choice I've ever made has brought me to this moment. You know what? I am so bored of talking about this. Here is a clip that I got earlier today that is actually funny, and I'm going to edit it to make it funny. Here, watch this. This will make you happy. This will fulfill your stimulation. Watch this, because this entire video, you can skip the entire video and watch this clip because it is the only thing worth watching.
Regret.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, huh? That was pretty good, huh? Something actually interesting on a game that's actually, you know, good. Okay, I'm getting heated, and people stop taking you seriously when you get too heated. So I'm gonna round this out before this turns into me complaining about the same 3 things over and over and over again. But what are your thoughts on YouTube Playables? Do you think I'm a moron who doesn't know what he's talking about, and this is actually the most genius business endeavor ever? Do you think it's actually kind of cool? Do you kind of like it? Do you agree that it's one of the more ridiculous things YouTube has done? Even though, you know, Sniper Wolf doxed Jack's films, and all they did was give her a slap on the wrist and demonetized her for a month, even though her second channel was still monetized. So do you think this is more ridiculous or less ridiculous than that? Please tell me in the comments below. And hey, we hit 2,000 subs on the channel. I almost forgot. We hit 2,000 subs like overnight. That's fantastic. It's the same situation as the friggin' 1,000 sub special, where a Minecraft video of mine just explodes and brings me a whole bunch of subs. So if you came from that video, then, you know, feel free to stick around. If you like my style of commentary in those videos, then you'll definitely love my style of commentary in pretty much every other video, because it's just me ranting and saying nonsensical things, but sometimes making sense. And I think that has its own niche appeal. But no, if you do enjoy my content, then please drop a like and sub. I've never struggled this much with an outro before. This is like take number 3. My goodness, I need to reevaluate some of my life choices. But please drop a like and sub. It really means the world to me, and the support's just been fantastic recently. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if you want to show a little bit of extra support, then definitely consider becoming a channel member. You get all sorts of cool perks and support me at the same time. Some of those perks are included, but not limited to: early video access, exclusive live chat and comments, emotes, a cool badge next to your name, a Discord role, a Discord channel, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. So definitely consider becoming a channel member if you want to show me some extra support. But that's where I'm gonna round things out for now. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah,